about set to break. Nearly there. Racing. Black Magic Rock, a fair break the outside, tries to cut across them. Dark Fairy Tales goes with it, and Alamein Duke boots right through to lead. Alamein Duke from over on the outside, we've got Black Magic Rock who gets to the inside. Garnsey is next around, then Dark Fairy Tales further back to Homebush Minx, Homebush Toki, Working Midnight and Mongo Jerry Rama. Up comes Alamein Duke, wins on debut. Black Magic Rock second. Garnsey places third narrowly from Dark Fairy Tales, and gaps back then we had Homebush Minx is followed back in the race by Working Midnight, Homebush Toki, and Mongo Jerry Rama is last. And Racing sees a Queen bounds out well. Alamein Cat's on the journey quite nicely, filling the void, and Sniff of Brandy get there early too, going to that first bend. Sniff of Brandy runs a fraction wide on Lemon Fish, and that'd be followed through by Homebush Phaline, sneaking past the couple. And well back in the race here, Fantas Fiction and Blue Desire is last. Down the back they go, and the two favourites doing battle at Caesar Queen by 2.5. Giving chase here, Alamein Cat, and they're about 5 in front of filling the void. Further back in the race then, Lemon Fish, Fantas Fiction back behind that, then Sniff of Brandy, long way from them there, Blue Desire. Up they come here, and Caesar Queen's got a hold well. Alamein Cat second, and filling the void third. Good gap back, the others headed by Fantas Fiction, then Blue Desire, Sniff of Brandy, Lemon Fish, and running across the midfield here is Homebush Phaline, who pulled up mid-race when midfield. And Racing, Fortis Memories, a fair break. Rock On Sprites jump well today. Fortis Memories comes up the inside. Homebush Celia beside that. They've cut away on Trojan. Troy starts to run into the race. Further back in the race then to Homebush Radar. We've got Working Twinkle a long way back from them. Then Little Vampire and Working Twinkle. Up comes Rock On Sprite, well clear of Trojan Troy. Rock On Sprite, Trojan Troy, then Homebush Celia. Fortis Memories was next to go by, as followed across then by Homebush Radar. Working Twinkle, well back in the race, Little Vampire. And Working Twinkle, in fact, was last. It was Working Jewel that was a couple of places better. Racing. Where Shiraz gets away midfield only. Best out here would have been Just Like Prince is away well today, and another smile up beside it. Freedom Flyer gets a dream run through the first bend with Lum Jum. Also getting a run through was another Smile to hold down third, and gaps back then we would have Behemoth. The others have been wiped out. Boston Mona leads them. Where Shiraz a mile off them, and further back to Little Prophet and Just Like Prince, who wiped out a few at the first bend. Across the top they come, and Freedom Flyer on debuts away for the prize. Giving chase here, Behemoth around the outside. Boston Mona starting to storm home, so's Where's Shiraz. Freedom Flyer rocks home. Second over Behemoth, Boston Mona to third, then Where's Shiraz. They'll be followed over then by Little Prophet, Just Like Prince, and further back the other two, another Smile and Lum Jum, and they dropped right out of it, and they actually had some luck around the first bend, whereas a few of the others were wiped. And Racing, Fortis Fiona comes out running again on the inside there. We've got Working Pizzazz up and around the outside then to Addis Mate. Google It trying to get around them. Gaps back the others, and they're headed there by Teparita Zeta and Homebush Rowdy, which has got back in the piece, starts to run the inside. Further back in the race to Homebush Magic, Working Poppy. Up they come. Fortis Fiona's well clear, trying hard. Working Pizzazz, Fortis Fiona comfortably in the end from Working Pizzazz. And next to go by would have been Adis Mate, which has gone nicely first up and fresh up. Then further back then behind them to Google It. And they'll be followed back in the race then by Teparita Zeta. Homebush Magic was back when they crossed, and so too was Working Poppy. Racing. Blue Senior was slow the inside, and going to the lead here would have been Otto Baxter. Mega Upload. Burning through the inside now is Blue Senior. Around the outside, MacGyver Rama. Blue Senior's got back Mootfield now. Driving up towards that would have been Homebush Diamond. MacGyver Rama's gone back astride. Calm Rita's gone right back towards the tail of the field, and so's another Hunter and Charlie's Pal. Down they come. Otto Baxter easily. Blue Senior got up for second. Was probably a good effort in the end with from Mega Upload, and then next to go by would have been Homebush Diamond. That did quite well. They'll be followed back in the race then by Calm Rita and MacGyver Rama. Another Hunter, Charlie's Pal. Then Owen racing, Fantas Fever, just a fair break. Dixie Queen out quite nicely. Driving through was Run Mischief Run, and Okateri getting nice and handy. Rebel City's got handy around the outside. They'll be followed getting back in the field. Then we've got Still Don't Know. Homebush Envy as well back as they come up towards the corner. So's Hermione Baxter as they sprint around the corner here. And Rebel City's driven to the lead through on the inside. Okateri. Rebel City, Okateri followed across there by Run Mischief Run. Next to go by would have been Homebush Envy. Fantas Fever a bit closer in. And they'd be followed well back in the race. Still Don't Know. Hermione Baxter well behind them too when they crossed. And one of the last ones in would have been Dixie Queen. Racing now, Jelly Gem gets out fairly well. Opihu Flyer turns on some speed as well and through on the inside. Teparita Snoop around the first bend into the fray, gets nice and handy too. Then it runs out on top of number 8 going into that bend. That was Homebush Tiara, who took quite a good knock and goes backwards. Into the fray's gone backwards with it, along with Taikaria Lass and Corborn Kim's gone back to last. Jelly Gem in front by 3 or 4. Gucci Rush is getting dangerously close now. Then Opihu Flyer on the inside of Teparita Snoop and running on strongly. Then would have been Taikaria Lass, and further back to Homebush Tiara into the straight. Jelly Gem, Gucci Rush trying hard and through on the inside. Taikaria Lass, Jelly Gem lasted. Very tight second and third, Taikaria Lass, or on the outside, Gucci Rush, who possibly should have won it from there. Back and behind them, we had Opihu Flyer and Corborn Kim, Homebush Tiara, Teparita Snoop dropping out of it, and was one of the last ones to cross into the fray. And racing, Shake 'em Up was last away. LOL gets off the inside very quickly. Driving forward was another cover. Trying to get around the outside to Death Star, and now getting through would have been Hofstadter's got right into the mix as well. They'd be followed then. LOL's got back. Homebush Titans got well back. Further back in the race then. Cedric Baxter, Shake 'em Up. Up they come. Another cover on the inside. Does Hofstadter? Ooh, another cover maybe from Hofstadter. Not a lot in it. Death Star was third. Homebush Titan fourth. Then LOL. Further back in the race then. Cedric Baxter, Shake 'em Up never in it. Nor was Corborn Bow. Racing, Dolparts was slow the inside. Pihu Tiger gets out well from Zamatis last. Dolparts switches to the inside. Power Gen trying to get handy. Then we've got here in the midfield. Miss Selfies gets a run through on the inside. Botany Comet's getting back around that. Would have been Fortis Flyer. And Narrow Power Gen's drifted back to last. Dolparts is driven through to the lead and put 4 on them. Zamatis Lass is giving chase. Miss Selfies the inside. Then here. Botany Comet further back then is Pihu Tiger, who's dropped right off them. And so too then Fortis Flyer and Power Gen. Down comes Dolparts, scores from Miss Selfies. Botany Comet to third. Then we had Zamatis Lass, followed over by here. Gaps back the others. And we had Power Gen, Fortis Flyer and Pihu Tiger dropped out to be last. And they race. Scaralicious astride, slow to Liberty, got out well, another drink goes with it, and so too Waldo Baxter. Then we've got Kim.com between runners trying to drive through, would have been Power. Romeo gets the rails run too. Miss Sarah's got well back in the field, so too is Groovy Leo, and Scaralicious has no chance. Up to the corner they come, another drink snuck through along the inside, and will win tight second, third and fourth. Waldo Baxter just, I think, second. From on the inside, Power Romeo, and out wider then to Ode to Liberty. Good go there for second, third and fourth. Back in behind those runners we had Kim.com. Groovy Leo was back in behind those runners. Scaralicious behind them if I haven't called it, and also well back would have been Miss Sarah. Racing now, big time chipper, fair break. Smirnoff through on the inside. Sarah's Cool will lead them out, and then another groom pushes through to get into it as well. Big time chip is trying to drive around to the lead now. Cosmic Choice trying to get between runners. Smirnoff running the inside. Back in the race, Kiribati Girl, You Know Charm, Stevie's Magic's well back. Up they come. Another groom drives to the lead from big time chip. Another groom, big time chip. Then Smirnoff third, followed across by You Know Charm. That'd be followed by Cosmic Choice with Kiribati Girl crossing with that. And Stevie's Magic was well back when they crossed. And a racing. Sedgebrook Glory was slow away. Nina Be Good bounded straight to the front over on the outside to Go Manini. Then Good Time Kate closer in the outside of that to Pats all rounded. Last of all here was Sedgebrook Glory. Nina Be Good in front by 3. Giving chases Go Manini. Then Good Time Kate. Pats all round Sedgebrook Glory. It's a procession. Nina Be Good. Too Good. Wins it by 2.5 lengths at the line. Go Manini just lasted for second from Good Time Kate. Pats all round. And Sedgebrook Glory was last out and last home. Racing, Mr. Reese fairly away the inside, but Rebel Joe bounds to the lead. Mr. Reese pushes through along the inside. That'd be followed by Billy Brand. Up and around the outside to Yenar. Applause gets back. Tricky Harry runs the inside. Exact Master last. Up to the corner comes Rebel Joe in front now. Over on the outside, we've got Yenar down the outside. Mr. Reese closer in. Rebel Joe sees it through. From Yenar, Mr. Reese, Exact Master. Applause. Further back then we had Billy Brand and Tricky Harry. racing. Belcadeau stood there, missed it by 5 and best out there working. Waikato bounded to the lead. Miss Apocalypse blows around the outside, then Sub Silentio, who gets dragged back into the pack. Belcadeau runs into a clear third. Further back, Excessive Speed. Behind them, we've got Calamity Sue. Where's Rakan's been dragged right out the back with Sub Silentio. Miss Apocalypse in front, working Waikato dives, not much in it. Maybe working Waikato the outside of Miss Apocalypse, wouldn't be sure. Belcadeau third, Excessive Speed fourth. Further back then, we had Calamity Sue. Where's Rakan Sub Silentio, who was the worst affected in the trouble across the top.